Greetings everyone, your excellencies, honorables, everyone of America and internationally. I am here to talk about my wonderful story of freaking out and my almost heart attack this morning. Let's get started. This week started off with the biggest adrenaline rush of my life, as I woke up at 8:30 in the morning and realized that I was late for a very important event that could possibly define my life. You said to turn up the drama, so I feel like a reporter. So I received news last Saturday that I was going to receive an award from this organization called the International Human Rights Commission, which they also run something called the World Youth Summit for Peace, which is international, and they invite a lot of international people and ambassadors and everything to empower people and talk about social causes and human rights. As you all know, I got involved with human rights at a very young age, and I got in touch with this International Human Rights Commission not too long ago because I was supposed to travel to Dubai and be an ambassador for them over there at the World Youth Summit for Peace. Unfortunately, that did not happen because of some unrest in the Middle East, and not soon after COVID happened. But here we are now. So I received a message from Ambassador Khan, who is the chairperson for the International Human Rights Commission, to let me know that I was going to receive the Benazir Bhutto Pride of Performance Award, awarded to me by the International Human Rights Commission. I was so honored and humbled to hear this. At times I really couldn't believe it. I was almost confused, but I guess looking back at everything since I was little, I was just really honored to hear this news. And he told me that I had to write a 5-minute speech and be prepared on Monday, March 8th to give that speech and to receive my award virtually, as the actual award will be sent to me through the mail at some point soon. On the weekend before Monday, March 8th, I was super excited, super ready. I had my speech ready, I even practiced it, and I couldn't wait to be involved with this event, which had a bunch of incredible women involved who were also receiving awards from all over the world, presidents of countries and ambassadors and just congresswomen, truly inspiring, and I couldn't wait to see this event as well as be a part of it. And suddenly, the morning of Monday, March 8th, I realized I had made a mistake. It turns out that I thought that the event was at 8 p.m. on Monday, March 8th, and I woke up at 8:30 a.m. on Monday, March 8th, and I looked at my phone and there was a notification there saying, "Live now, International Women's Day." And I realized that because of a misunderstanding with the time difference between Pakistan and here, because Pakistan is where the International Human Rights Commission is located, or its main base, I noticed that 8 p.m. actually meant 8 a.m. for me. So I freaked out majorly in my bed as I realized the grandiose mistake that I had made. I jumped out of bed, basically started running around the house. I screamed very loudly and very high-pitched, like a nice "ah!" so that everyone in my house could hear me. My mother was all the way downstairs. She thought something bad happened to me. My brother was in the bathroom, and I very angrily knocked at the door and almost knocked down the door, trying to get ready. As I was freaking out, I was telling my brother that I really needed something to be set up because God, do I need to put on makeup, and God, do I need to put on clothes, and God, do I need to get to my computer and look presentable at the same time and be ready to deliver a 5-minute speech that I had written 2 days before that I did not practice that much. Yes, freaking out is the word for that. Luckily, I got to the computer right on time, 5 minutes before he was going to call on my name for me to give my speech. Didn't have time to read over the speech. All I did was throw on the first dress that I found in my closet, put on some makeup, and went straight to the computer and just watched the speech before me. Luckily, this was on Facebook Live, so I got to watch the beginning of the event because I really was looking forward to watching the rest of the event and all of the incredible women before me. But unfortunately, I'm human. Humans make mistakes like this. But moral of the story is, please double check all international time differences if you have an event to attend, especially virtually, because everything's through Zoom. And if you have something international, you need to know the exact time and ask the question twice. Luckily, the speech went really well. I was really excited to virtually receive my award and to see the rest of the event and the rest of the amazing women who were a part of it for another hour. I was 50 minutes late, but got there just on time for my speech, got to rewatch the beginning and watch the end, so we're good. Again, super humbled and honored to receive such a recognition at 22 years old. Yeah, I really couldn't believe it when I heard the news. And of course, the morning of one of the most exciting events, I go crazy and basically freak out and scream everywhere and involve my family in my distress. So after that crazy story, my mother was filming me the whole time and crying at the same time. I honestly have no idea what I did. My brain was completely blank. I think it was the adrenaline rush or some mixture of that and me freaking out and trying to read off the screen my speech and also be natural at the same time, which I'm used to public speaking from my past experiences, but my brain just went blank, black, nothing. I knew what I was saying, I knew what I was feeling, I knew what I was supposed to feel, but it was more like a natural response to my surroundings rather than focusing 100% on what I was doing. So, you want to see how I did under those wonderfully exciting circumstances? Here's the speech. Why don't you take a look yourself?
Now we can go to the USA, Miss Sophia Angelica. She is a singer, peace and women empowerment activist, and we would love to hear from you the role actually also of art in delivering and echoing the women messages in this world. Thank you.
Yes, hello everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yes,
Great.
we do hear you, and Sophia. Before you start, you are with us from 2016 to onward. She is with the International Human Rights Commission as a Goodwill Ambassador for Peace and Youth uh, from the 2014. We, all the team here from the WYSP, from the IHRC, is paying regard to you, Sophia. You are, and she made 3 songs for the peace in the world and humanity, and she dedicated to the International Human Rights Commission and WYSP, and that they are the official songs which we are always using in our conferences. In-person conferences, not the virtual conferences. So, and like, Sophia, there here is your certificate. I hope you have it.
Thank you so much. That's wonderful.
And here is your award also.
Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you.
So you will be having a name. Everybody will be having their own name tag. Name tag. So now you go ahead, Sophia.
Thank you so much, Ambassador. First of all, I just want to say I am very, very honored to be here at this wonderful event surrounded by a world of such empowering, strong, inspiring women who dedicate their lives every day to making the world a better place for all genders alike, and showing the world that anything is possible, no matter what race, gender, or stereotype they are given. I'm a simple girl from the United States with a common dream, a career in music. Ever since I was 7 years old, I knew that that's what I wanted to do with my life, but life had different plans for me. I was offered an opportunity when I was 13 to perform for a women's empowerment event at the United Nations. I was at a table sitting across from the incredible Queen Mother, Dr. Dolores Blakely, Goodwill Ambassador to Africa for the UN. She looked straight into my eyes and she told me I was going to be a star. She didn't even know me, but she believed it. At the time, I wasn't quite sure what it meant to be an empowered woman. So I sang, I went on with my life until it took me on an unexpected direction that ended up defining who I am and caused me to update my dream into something much larger than just my own journey. Little did I know that I was already writing music that revolved around the topics of human rights, anti-discrimination, anti-bullying, and empowerment. In fact, the first song I ever wrote when I was 7 was about the difficulties of life and how to defy those challenges and follow a dream. And sitting at the International Human Rights Summit, which is with Youth for Human Rights International at the United Nations, I realized at 14 years old that that's what I was meant to do with my life. I always believe that if you have a talent and a passion to do something, to use it for good. And I made sure that no matter where my personal dreams took me, I would take my music activism and my beliefs with me. Since then, I've completed a university tour in Taiwan to educate about human rights and how to use your own talents to do so. I've taken part in and helped create events and programs for empowerment for my own Hispanic culture. I used music to campaign to help my brother survive his kidney failure and receive a kidney transplant, and raised awareness on bullying and discrimination, and now using music to create hope during the challenges of the COVID-19 crisis. My common dream became connected to a very stark reality, the many realities that the world has to offer. I now understand what it is to be an empowered woman. For me, it means believing in something so much that you have no fear in doing something about it, and believing in yourself and the women around you to know that you and they can do it. I learned that from Queen Mother and from all the amazing women in my journey. Dr. Judy Kuryansky, who gave me that first opportunity, who fights for mental health and women's empowerment every day. My mother, who fought her way to success as a single mother with 2 businesses to run. They believed in me, and I had no fear in fighting for my culture, for my friends who were bullied, for human rights, for my family, for music with a message. I may have simply been handed an opportunity, but I have been told that it's what you do with it and continuing with the journey that it has to offer that makes you stand out. And even if it doesn't seem like it, the world is filled with opportunities. Opportunities to speak up, which is a phrase that became so important to me when I wrote a song about it without even realizing I was writing an empowerment song. I've been told that as a woman, I have courage for speaking up and standing up for what I believe in, and for choosing a path not common to the usual music career most dream of. Is that something that us as women should have courage for, or something that we are supposed to feel comfortable doing? Just like anyone should feel comfortable speaking up for their rights to life and personal beliefs. That is what human rights are about. But there are still human rights issues all over the world that cause there to be a fear of speaking up. The women who took their opportunity have changed the social dynamic of the world. They have changed public perception. They have made innumerable amendments to the world in every sphere globally. They have made it possible for anyone to feel okay taking that stand. So I took my opportunity, and now I've gone full circle and I'm receiving an award centered on women's empowerment, just like the first women's empowerment events that I was a part of when I was 13 years old. And I hope all women at some point can feel comfortable enough to take their opportunity, because there's always a possibility that you will mend that human rights issue, that you will make a difference in the world, no matter how big or small, and you might just change a life. I want to thank Ambassador Dr. Muhammad Shahid Amin Khan for the International Human Rights Commission for the award, for the chance to be a part of this wonderful event, and for believing in me too. I am only 22 and I have so much more of a journey to live out. And I'm so humbled and honored to receive such a beautiful recognition at such a young age. Everything I've done over the years has really just been natural, and I never really expected to receive anything for it. I only hope I can do so much more in the years to come and leave an even bigger mark in the world with the gift that I was given and that we are all given, my voice. Thank you so much for the award, Ambassador.
Welcome. Sophia, your mother is an incredible mother. She raised a girl like you. I know her as well, and
Does she?
she she is a very incredible woman. And you are an asset to an incredible woman, and you have to be incredible like her, and you have to show the resilience to the other. So you
Yes.
are a young. Today's this today and tomorrow is yours, not ours. We are ready to give up. So these days are for all you young women. You young women, I'm saying that you young women will change the world. Not we will change the world. We will stand alongside you. Sometime there is some protest when the policeman comes for the charging or dispersing the gathering. So
Mhm.
we can stop that policeman, and you can push us to fight with them. But the actual power of the world to change the world will be the you young generation.
Yes, I agree. But thank you so much for everything, truly. You see, not too bad. Not too shabby, although I still didn't watch myself until the next day because I was too afraid. Oh, and subscribe!
That.
You should do that. You should subscribe
Yeah.
and like and comment and stuff.